Nothing real can be threatened, and nothing unreal exists. Herein lies the peace of God. That's a quote from Course in Miracles. And energy cannot be created or destroyed, and you learned that in high school. And the reason I bring that up is there's a lot more going on just in our physical bodies here. You know, our souls are a lot more than, we have a soul rather. We're not just, you know, our physical bodies that we've always been told. So we have to relearn everything that we've been told and question everything that we've been told. So there's two different movements going on right now. There's a Christ consciousness impulse, and there's also this anti-Christ impulse that's going on. So that's the division you're seeing. You're seeing people that choose to look at their shadow work, their shadow side, and you kind of bring it back into the light. And then there's people it's just too painful, and that's understandable. And that's kind of the anti-Christ movement or the death movement. So the one's life, the one's death, and here we are in the middle with some of our best friends, and you just can't. You're just looking at each other like you just can't understand each other. So that's the division that's going on. So neither choice is right or wrong. You know, bless all the chaos, because it's going to bring us all to a point where you're going to reach your threshold of pain, and then it's the way of the cross, as the Bible would say, where you'll actually kind of discover yourself and realize that you're so much more than what we've always been told. Okay? So, again, with this anti-Christ movement, you've kind of got this transhumanist thing where these dark forces, this dark consciousness that doesn't want to look at itself, it wants to reach godhood. Rather than doing the work, it'd rather do it through technology. It's lost its way. It's not an organic experience. You know, it's more through technology. The other opposite way would be the Christ-like experience, and that's more organic, and it's just naturally happening. Okay, you're not forcing anything. So, losing my concentration here. Stop that. Okay, so one is external, one's internal. Okay, so the work needs to be internal if you're going to go choose this Christ-like consciousness, and the other one's external. So that's what we're seeing a lot of. You know, you have the government, which is the ultimate symbol of external, like, you know, show me, daddy, what to do, where to go, how to be. And basically, you know, you're just a piece of shit if you think about it. That's how they look at it. You're dirty. You're just going to infect everybody, and you need to stay where you're at. And outside of yourself, you need this injection of DNA splicing inside of you. Okay, and again, you know, just look at Elon Musk. He's a great example of it. You know, he's got this transneural thing where we'll just be connected to AI. And guess what? You're just going to lose your signal with, again, this Christ consciousness. And when I say Christ consciousness, you know, Jesus was an avatar, basically, and he came into that body just so we could understand it, and Mary brought him. So look at the name Mary. Mary, the other side, spirit world, with this physical being here, okay? So actually, she's the real hero in all this. You know, she brought that concentrated energy into her wound and consolidated into this thing we call Jesus Christ, or Christ consciousness. So, again, you've got this external versus internal, and the internal, again, is us realizing just how special we are, and you know, and now we're not the small little creatures. You know, we can rise above this stuff, and but you can't really judge other people that are choosing the other path too. Again, it's really painful to look at the dark, and some people won't. You know, they'll go to their death and never really look at it. They'll just stay unconscious, so to speak. So again, consciousness versus unconsciousness would be another way to look at it. There's a turning. There's a 4 turnings, you know, season. So when you look at a long life, it's about 90 years. After about 90 years, you know, everyone's gone from that 4th turning, okay? So it's every 22 years, and there's 4 of them, okay? So the spring would be like your baby boomer. So right after we came out of World War II would be the spring. The summer was more like the mid-60s, 70s, maybe the very beginning of the 80s. That's summer. Fall would be your millennials. And then now we've got the Gen Z, okay, which is a little more introspective. That would be winter. Okay, that's what we do in the winter, a little more introspective. So before that, your Gen Z would have been the people that were fighting World War II. And can you see that's not what we're in, is we're in a war now? It's not a shooting war, but it's a war nevertheless. And you can see after 90 years, the whole cycle. And the ancients knew this. You know, the cycle, it's approximately every 88 years. What you put on its side is like double infinity, which I think is ironic. just as ironic as Adam was the first man. And again, this is the fall from grace. So we all we're at a higher plane of existence, and the real masters, that's all of us, has come down to lower ourselves into this lower vibration, this thickness, and then actually ascend from there. Okay, so we came down. If you want to ascend back up is when you really understand it, because you may have been there, done it, been at the lower vibrations, and then we're heading back up through the ascension. Okay, so that's all of us. Okay, so we're all different stages, and again, there's no good, right, or bad. It takes all of us. There's no doubt about that. So I try to make these quick so I don't take up your time. Your attention, your consciousness is precious. I appreciate it. Thank you for your time. And I'll continue to make some videos here, and I hope you guys have some peace throughout all this chaos. Remember, the chaos is needed. It's absolutely needed, because it's bringing us, it's red pilling us, so to speak. Everyone that you disagree with, it's actually red pilling all of us. And what I mean by red pill is just this idea of unplugging from the matrix, question everything that you've been told, and realize that there's another world here. And then it starts making sense. It really does. It all makes sense. It definitely does. So God bless you guys. Peace be with you. You guys are peace. Take care, man. See ya. Bye.